What do we need to do to get our boat ready for the season? We winterized our boat, we covered it up, everything was taken care of for the winter. But now it's springtime, and it's time to get our boat ready to go out in the water. What we need to do depends a lot on what you did in the fall, how old your boat is, how it's powered, and frankly, what level of effort you're willing to put in. My boat that I have right here is an inboard-outboard engine, otherwise known as a stern drive. Those boats use a car engine, and in mine it's located under all these seats here in the back and very hard to get to. And mine is freshwater cooled, which means it's cooled by the river water. So in the winter, I have to drain all of that water out of my engine and put in antifreeze or coolant. Now, some people just drain it all out and unhook everything, make sure all the water's out of the motor, and that's what they do for the winter. I fill mine up with antifreeze. I have videos about that. So it's springtime. Now, somebody who doesn't really care might just go ahead and start running their boat right in the water like that. I'm going to be draining all of that antifreeze out of the engine before I go down to put it in the river, because I don't want to put that antifreeze in there. If you have a 4-stroke outboard or 2-stroke outboard, you don't have to drain any winter storage antifreeze from your engine. The other things you have to do is uncover your boat. The covers I'm taking off right now are my summer covers. I've already uncovered my boat for the season. I had a winter cover on here, which worked very well. It was a tarp setup that I've put together myself. It served me well for the last 3 seasons. So you remove your winter covers, you put back on your bimini top, then checking rubber components and wiring to make sure that rodents or anything have not gotten in there and destroyed any of that stuff in the off season. Get out your summer covers, and then it's a matter of cleaning everything. Because even if you keep it covered and really nice and you clean everything well, when you put it away in the wintertime, in the spring, for some reason, there's been some dirt and debris that gets in here. So I need to do a thorough cleaning of everything. Then we need to make sure our batteries are fully charged. And if not, charge them back up again, check their water, check all the battery connections. And we need to check all the electrical components on the boat. Make sure everything's working. Gauges, pumps, switches, all that sort of stuff. Making sure all that stuff works. You know, any of your dash gauges at work, because I know some of mine are broken and they're always going to be broken. And then it's a matter of checking everything else out. All of your safety equipment. Are your flares and fire extinguisher up to code? Are they up to date? Because some of those things have expiration dates and you need to replace them periodically. This is an inboard-outboard boat, so I need to check carefully the bellows and all of the components that go through the transom, because there's some rubber boots there that are below the water line. I need to make sure that all of those things are in good working order and will be okay for another season. If you didn't change your engine oil in the fall, that's something you should do in the springtime. At the very least, make sure it's still good and there's no water contaminants in there and it's up to level. Check all of the other things like the belts, your water separator for your fuel filters, your plugs, your risers, your manifolds, your power steering fluid, if you have it. I have it. Mine's good. It should be. I had to do a lot of work to my power steering system in the last year or two. When I winterize mine, I actually disconnect a whole bunch of hoses to make sure that the engine gets completely drained of any water as I put in antifreeze. So I have to reattach all of those hoses. I would change the impeller this year, but I did that last year. Was it Ben Franklin who said an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure? Basically what that means is checking all this stuff before you go saves you from having a bad day out there on the water. Or at least it helps reduce the risk. And really, that's all we're trying to do, is reduce the risk of really bad days out there on the water. And then there's all the other fluids. So your outdrive oil, a tilt trim fluid. On this boat, I have a fresh water system. So I have a sink and I have a pump and I have a water tank. So I need to dewinterize all of those things and get the water flowing again. One of the things I have to do is find my drain plug. I usually keep it in this cup holder here. And this year there's some screws and nuts in this cup holder and I don't remember what they're for. I don't remember what I took apart that used that hardware, and my drain plug isn't there. So I have to find my drain plug. Now for me personally, one of the biggest things every season is the cleaning. And I'm not a big fan of all the cleaning. Some people are. I have a neighbor who spends more time cleaning his boat than he does using his boat. His boat looks amazing, and it always has. That's not me. I'd rather be out in the water in my dirty old boat, boating for the day, than sitting in my driveway on a nice day, cleaning my boat. Matter of fact, you should see what this looks like up here. Looking back, I think last year at the end of the season, I didn't get a chance to clean the boat fully. That's okay though, because I was going to have to scrub and clean everything anyway. I've had to every single spring, even if I do a good job in the fall. So I kind of saved myself a step by not doing it in the fall, right? This is very dirty still. I'm not going to waste a bunch of time in this video having you watch me clean this boat. The important thing to remember is whenever you are dewinterizing your boat, it's so much more than cleaning. That is superficial. Yes, cleaning's a good thing to do. I'm going to do it, and it's very important. But much more importantly is making sure all of your electrical systems and mechanical systems are working their best, because those are the things that could strand you out there in the water. Those are the things that can cause a fire in your engine compartment if you have a stern drive or inboard outboard boat. Those are the things that can let you down. Dirty upholstery is not going to let you down, really. Using the wrong kind of cleaners on upholstery will let you down. I have a video about that as well, where I looked at some different things where I was cleaning my upholstery last year. I'll put a link to that one. Now I'm going to go ahead and get to work on getting this boat ready to go in the water, because it's getting nice out and I want to be out there on the water. So watch this video next. It was picked just for you, based on things that you've been watching on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Ugh, I gotta get this cleaned up.